Okay, so remember the Mario movie? Like the first one, I mean? I saw it day one in theaters. I remember it being fine. It's a very generic story about Mario dealing with his daddy issues. He hates mushrooms for some reason. Bowser was kind of funny, I guess. You know, it was a serviceable movie. But the graphics are so good, Alex! Yes, thank you. But oh my goodness, I did not know how good we had it until the second one came out. Like, we went from this very generic paint-by-numbers movie to basically like a 90-minute commercial. It's just a kid's movie, Alex! What did you expect, Citizen King? Nah, I mean, I was just expecting, you know, like, an actual movie? Now, I mean, okay, so like with all things, you know, it totally depends on your point of view and what you're looking for. Do you happen to be looking for a 90-minute Mario music video? Then this is perfect for you. The Mario Galaxy movie is fine. Personally, I didn't really like it all that much, but there are some things that I think I did kind of like a little bit. But more than that, I just feel like this movie is the latest symptom of a much bigger problem that we have going on. But I'll get more into that later. So for now, let's check out the Super Mario Galaxy movie with my new friend, Jonathan Strawman. The Mario Galaxy movie starts out with a new character, Rosalina. But before that, really quick, this video is sponsored by Raycon. You ever try leaving your house and going outside? Terrible experience. Going on a nice walk, running errands, just getting some fresh air and sunshine? No thank you. But if you gotta do it, Raycon's gonna be right there with you with their Raycon Everyday Clip Earbuds. These clip earbuds are perfect for if you're one of those people who doesn't like how regular earbuds feel, but maybe you also don't want to carry around like the big ones everywhere. They clip onto your ears with their memory metal clip, and they give you amazing sound quality while also leaving your ears open so you can hear all the wonderful things in the world reminding you to stay inside. They're specifically designed to work with glasses or if you have multiple piercings or whatever, so don't worry, you can use them regardless of your relationship with your parents. And of course, they are from Raycon, so you know you're gonna get multi-point connection, you're gonna get 8 hours of continuous use with 30 hours of total battery life. You're probably only gonna have to charge these once a week, you know? And I'll tell you right now, they are perfect for ignoring your cat trying to trick you into feeding it again for the 5th time today. The Everyday Clip Earbuds are the perfect addition to your everyday routine. Go to buyraycon.com/AlexMyersClip to get 15% off. Thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring. Okay, back to the show.
Once upon a time, there was a brave and noble princess named Peach.
Okay, wait, hold on, back up a second. So if this Luma is sucking on a pacifier, does that mean that Luma's breastfeed? This opens up a whole new world of fan art, I'll tell you that. She reads them a bedtime story, and then Bowser Jr. attacks her in his giant robot. It seems like Rosalina has the upper hand, but then Bowser Jr. goes for the baby Lumas as a distraction and kidnaps Rosalina, because she's nothing without her magic wand.
No one hurts my kids! Go!
Ah, never mind. So she can just do that, I guess. This movie are very clearly presented to us. While this is going on, Mario and Luigi are on their signature motorcycles, and they find Yoshi inside an old pyramid from Mario Odyssey. What?
Who is this?
Yoshi!
Who could resist that face?
So some cool dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group.
Okay, I actually thought this line was kind of funny. And that's one of the most frustrating parts of this movie is that there's these tiny kernels of a really funny idea or a joke or whatever, but you can tell that much like Disney, Nintendo takes its IP way too seriously to fully embrace the self-aware humor, you know? If you compare this to the Sonic movies, for example, not that these are masterpieces by any definition, but they're actually funny, competent movies with stakes and emotional character arcs, and the fact that Sega is so flexible with its characters is a big reason why these movies are actually pretty good.
We have a lot more, which I think we'll probably put in the DVD. Yeah. Shadow loves Latinas. That's another meme that we found a place for in the movie.
Give me back my passport! Why do you want to go to Mexico?
I just love Latinas, Sonic.
Gosh, Alex, all you do is hate everything. Your life must be so sad. You know, this does actually bring up a point that's related to all this. There's probably a much better term for this, but I don't know what that is. So I've been doing these videos for almost 10 years now, right? And I've really noticed a big change on the internet in the last couple of them. Criticizing movies or media in general has been around since forever, okay? But recently I've seen this weird push where all criticism of media in general is just brushed aside you're just being a hater. You didn't understand the material. You must have been on your phone the whole time. I made a video about Bridgerton season 4 and how I didn't really like how it wrapped up. And the most common response was this is for the girlies, Alex. It's not for you. And same thing with the Mario Galaxy movie where the most common defense is like, it's a kid's movie, don't think too hard about it, it's just not for you. I personally find these kind of arguments so bizarre. Like with girl movies or TV shows or whatever, it's like there's been this push for decades to have them treated as the legitimate movies that they are. But then when someone like me comes along and views and criticizes them in the same vein as any other movies, suddenly it turns into, but I'm just a girl, and therefore I should not view them as legitimate movies. Now with the Mario movies also, it's kind of the same thing where like somehow this movie being for kids means that we should expect it to be garbage, and wishing for anything else is just, grown man upset about kids movie. It's all part of this really confusing trend I see where like critical thinking and internalizing the media we consume is like frowned upon now. There's this social pressure to just like consume without thinking. Like just fill your time. This movie took my attention away from my phone for 90 minutes. That means it's good. So later on at Peach's birthday party, one of the Lumas that escaped Bowser Jr.'s ship lands in Peach's castle.
Princess, our mama's been taken.
What happened?
A giant robot took her to a scary planet out beyond the Gateway Galaxy. Can you help us?
And just like that, Peach is off to do whatever this little guy just said. Meanwhile, Mario and Luigi are tasked with taking care of the Mushroom Kingdom and watching over Bowser, who's been shrunk down via one of those like annoying mini blue mushrooms.
I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
The criticism I'd give you is it's trash.
Well, that is ironic for you to say, Mario.
I'm gonna hit the sack. I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
So right after this, Bowser Jr. shows up at the Mushroom Kingdom to fight Mario and get his dad back. And I will say, the fight scene here is pretty cool, but like, I guess I'm just in like a really tiny minority of people who don't really care about like, whoa, look at the graphics. Like for a long time now, CG movies have looked really good. I mean, you can see the texture on their hat and you can see every single mustache hair, but like, this just means nothing to me. Like, no joke, I would rather have 10 more movies like Monster House, assuming they have the same level of writing and characters and humor and all that.
Put up some art.
Well, Dad, why don't you kiss my hairy butt? Did you drink any beer?
Then that must be the uvula.
Oh, so it's a girl house.
But anyway, enough self-indulgence. Back to the movie.
You've been doing so great, but thought you might need a hand.
Oh, finally, here we go. I've been waiting. Man, we never see Yoshi's cloaca. How am I ever gonna get my money back now? So with this fight, Bowser Jr. sends everyone to a different planet, and coincidentally, now Bowser is free.
Mario, just go ahead, hit him.
Ha! Hit me now! You tiny, pathetic failure of a plumber!
So the conceit is that Mario needs to hit Bowser so the mini power-up wears off, but we saw him slam his tail in the door earlier, so I guess environmental hazards suddenly don't count? This movie's literally unwatchable.
This is sarcasm.
So they make their way to the giant bee queen.
Hi. We need some help getting off your planet.
You will have to speak to the queen, but the scary-looking guy stays here.
So when they meet the queen, she's mad that they ruined her flower garden, and so she's gonna send everyone to like the lithium fields or whatever bees make. And then Bowser just storms right in anyway, and the problem is solved literally 30 seconds later.
Someone must pay for their crimes.
Release them! I shall serve their sentence in their stead. Take me and send them to the Gateway Galaxy.
And this scene pretty much sums up the entire movie. Like, things just happen, a problem arises, and then gets solved immediately, and there's no real consequence to anything that anyone says or does. Yeah, Alex, because it's a kid's movie. This is literally a movie about Super Mario, a video game for children. Why are you taking it so seriously? Thank you, Mr. Strawman. That brings me to another point. Having just done videos recently about Zootopia 2, Hoppers, and now the Mario movie, it's become so painfully obvious to me that, like, kids' entertainment has unilaterally become much worse. You're just an old millennial who's being driven by blind nostalgia. Yeah, okay, I'm not just talking about my childhood. I'm talking about movies from, like, 2016, 2014, 2012. Now, when I watch these modern movies and I think to myself how dumb and brain-rotty they are, I often wonder if I'm just, like, totally off. So in preparation for this video, I also went back and watched the Lego movie from 2014, which also stars Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. He's so cool.
And is also about kids' toys, also full of slapstick and references and zany, fast-paced humor, etc., etc.
Lord Business, or as you think you know him, President Business, stole the Craggle, the most powerful object in the universe. Blah, blah, blah. Proper name, place name, backstory stuff.
I remember seeing this movie when it came out in theaters, and I haven't thought about it since, so this is definitely not just my nostalgia talking. I'm not saying this movie is a masterpiece, okay? But it basically does everything the Mario Galaxy movie does, but just better. In between the very thick satire and self-aware humor, like there's actually a somewhat interesting story being told, and it wraps up at the end with like the real-world dad and son coming together, you know?
We got a hugger.
Like I was saying earlier, I think one reason why this movie seems to work so much better, even though it feels similar, is because the Lego company doesn't take their IP like super seriously, as you can see from like the Lego games themselves, so they can reach further and deeper than something like Ralph Breaks the Internet or the Mario movies can.
Emmett.
Who said that?
I did. I am Ghost Vitruvius.
Even just from a visual point of view, I find the Lego movies so much more fun to watch because like they're actually Legos, you know what I mean? The fire is Lego and the water is Lego, and the ways they found to visually represent the movie are far more interesting to me than the Mario movie, which is basically just like, what if this stuff was kind of real? But that's all beside my point. The point is that like the Lego movie is a kid's movie. Zootopia 1 is a kid's movie. Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are kids' movies. And the further back you go, the more seriously people used to take kids' entertainment.
When I started to put these things together, I guess it was this one that gave me so much trouble. I was trying to do it very fast, and I got it like I just couldn't get it together. And I realized that I would just have to take my time to do it right.
Like, it's well known that Mr. Rogers had child psychologists on staff when they were writing their shows to make sure they were telling kids the right things in the right way. I mean, compare Blue's Clues to like Coco Melon, you know what I'm saying? Blue's Clues taught kids things, it spoke to them slowly, it gave them time to respond, you know, like a kid's show. But now we're in this world where parents use TikTok and YouTube as babysitters, and kids are just growing up with fast-paced, quite literal brain rot. Like, there's a study from 2024 that shows that just 9 minutes of watching this kind of stuff quite literally causes children's brains to atrophy. And then movie studios feel like they have to speed everything up to keep the kids' attention, which only feeds into this whole cyclical problem here. I mean, if anything, I think we should take them more seriously because they are kids' movies. Because like the media you consume when you're a kid plays a huge role in shaping your personality, your sense of humor, how you see the world. Like, I've always been really into 2D animation, specifically because I grew up in a time when that's pretty much all there was. People make this? I want to make this too. I mean, until a Goofy movie came out, Goofy's entire character was just like getting hit in the head with baseballs or whatever, but then they tried to do something a little deeper and made one of the most like core memory, childhood-defining movies of all time.
I'm not your little boy anymore, Dad. I've grown up. I've got my own life now. I know that. I just wanted to be part of it.
But like, what is stuff like this doing for soft kid brains today, aside from keeping their attention with jingling keys for 90 minutes?
Come here.
My dude, you could have just used your tongue to grab the zapper itself and save us all from having to watch Mario babies, which are easily the worst part of any Mario game. I'm planning on doing a video about Toy Story 2, so I watched it recently as well after watching Hoppers. And like, there's a huge slow chunk of that movie where Woody is watching his old 1950s like TV show, you know? And he watches it for a really long time. And I just kept thinking to myself how like Pixar would never do this today because they're scared of kids, you know, looking away for even just 2 seconds. Instead of that, it's just any slapstick every 3 minutes or less, which is actually a quote from Shigeru Miyamoto himself about why the Mario Galaxy movie is the way it is. Another approach is to create things using small partial units. For example, 30 units of 3 minutes make up 90 minutes. And it's very similar to my own method. Illumination's technique involves a lot of swapping and rearranging of those units, creating something with incredible density. For example, parents sitting there out of a sense of responsibility for taking their children to the movie theater, or a story that's moving for the parents but the children are running around the theater. I've always wanted to make a movie that isn't like that, so in that sense, I think it's good that we decided to make a fast-paced 90 minutes that would be over in no time to catch your breath. This is an insane thing to say. I think. And you know, I'm always saying like older kids movies were better, but like literally Illumination's own catalog of movies used to be better. I still maintain that Despicable Me 1 and 2 are legitimately good movies. The first one in particular I think is great. It's funny, it has all the dumb minion slapstick that kids and soccer moms love for some reason. heart in this movie. There's like an emotional through line of the entire thing about how the kids and Gru both want supportive, loving parents, and they kind of meet each other halfway. You know what I mean?
Sorry, buddy. Show's over.
Over?
And that movie's from 2010, so like I'm not even talking about the 90s or whatever. It's like everyone used to care more and try harder when they made kid stuff. And now we've all just accepted that kid stuff means it has to be garbage. Even like old Barbie movies that I never saw until very recently. And these were like direct-to-DVD, low-budget, little girl movies. And my dude, some of these are legitimately hilarious.
And that's where I'm at with my feelings for you. So, any thoughts?
Hi there, I'm Barbie. What's up?
You so get me. We need to totally start over with our relationship. Hi there, I'm Ryan. What's up with you?
Okay, but like, can we get back to the Mario Galaxy movie, please? Gosh. Trying to follow along with the Mario Galaxy movie like I usually do in my videos, it's kind of hard, honestly, because like the movie's just them going from set piece to set piece with little to no reason why. Like when Peach goes into the casino to fight the villains from that weird dream Mario had that one time. Or when they meet Fox McCloud, you know?
Now I roam your galaxy, trying to find a way home. Doing good when the price is right. Oh, I also have cool space boots.
Hey, I know what boots are. Wow, this movie's full of things I know. That means it must be good. And then later, Mario and friends show up and also meet Fox.
Mario, I found out where Rosalina is, and this guy is gonna take us there.
Nice ride.
Nice stash.
So this right here, this is something else that the movie does where like they're intentionally trying to subvert every trope, you know, like you think Mario's gonna get jealous, but then he doesn't, that kind of thing. But in so doing, the movie just becomes about nothing. Like they're just running and fighting the whole time. And any slight hint of like depth or whatever is immediately pushed away. Another example, later on, it looks like Peach and Mario are gonna get stuck on a Ferris wheel and we might have to sit through a slow, boring piece of character development. Ew, barf, am I right? But don't worry, kids, nothing cerebral's gonna happen. You won't ever have to think, I promise. OMG, he said the thing! I'm literally crying right now! And then the movie ends with Peach realizing that she's not just a Mary Sue, she's like the Mary Sue.
Their love burned as brightly as the stars themselves. Together, they could summon the power of the cosmos.
That's right, little girls. You want to be a girl boss? Just be born special, idiot. And we also find out that Peach and Rosalina are sisters.
Her story begins many years ago, when she lived on a small planet with her sister, Rosalina.
Which, like, I mean, that's gonna take my fanfic from a 7 to a 10 real fast, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not swayed by how beautiful the movie looks when it comes to 3D CG or whatever, but I do love when they do like the fake analog stuff, like the cardboard or the puppets, or even like the anime part's pretty cool, and like the entire ending credits of the movie, incredible. I mean, I have to assume that this is all CG, but like seeing this kind of human jank, even if it's artificial, like I find myself appreciating this much more as I get older. With all these recent movies, like so much of the praise is about like the CG is so beautiful, and like, I don't know, man, I just cannot care less about that. Now, this is 100% my own bias here, because I care so much more about 2D animation, I guess because like there's fewer shortcuts you can take. With 3D animation, I'm always thinking about like how much of this is animated by a person and how much is just plugins and simulation algorithms, you know what I mean? Like the Lego movie is very low frame rate and looks like Legos. Monster House looks like Nightmare PS1 Hagrid. But to me, personally, these movies are far better movies than some of this recent stuff. Now, I'm not saying you can't or shouldn't like the Mario Galaxy movie, okay? You can like whatever you want, doesn't affect me at all. I guess I'm saddened in a way that like, not just that studios are making movies like this, but like people as a whole have just accepted it and everyone's just like given up caring. But then also people think it's weird when you question it. Like, just watch the movie, consume the content, don't think critically about anything, just fill the void 3 minutes at a time.